Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. We have asked the Guardian to show us Earth's history again. Spock and I will go back into time ourselves and attempt to set right whatever it was that McCoy changed.
I believe I can approximate just when to jump. Perhaps within a month of the correct time.
Within a month.
A week,
Within a
if
month.
we're fortunate.
Make sure we arrive before McCoy got there.
Right?
It's vital we stop him before he does whatever it was that changed all history.
Holy shit.
It, like, destroyed the Earth?
If we are successful,
Then you will be returned. It will be as though none of you had gone.
Oh no, we're past the Roman Empire. Star Trek.
Captain, seems impossible, even if you're able to find
What?
the right date.
Year is this supposed to... Is this in the future?
There is no
This is supposed to be in the future? Like, it's like normal America, normal Earth, but in like 3000 something something? I don't know.
Now,
Oh,
That was a smooth landing.
how far are we going back? Is it going to be the 60s?
I should know. It's just like my brain's just not working.
I've seen old photographs of this period.
it was called Depression, circa 1930. Quite barbaric.
Hey, 30s.
We seem to be costumed a little out of step with the time.
I'm afraid I'm going to be difficult to explain in any case, Captain.
Well, Mr. Spock, if we can't disguise you, we'll find some way of explaining it.
That should prove interesting.
I just love the depiction that everything in the 30s and the Great Depression was gray or had this gray tint, and they just stick out like sore thumbs with their bright colors.
Theft, Captain?
Well, we'll steal from the rich and give back to the poor later.
It's kind of like happy music.
Like, the show is like often super serious with its tone and life lessons, but it's not afraid to be goofy either.
I think I'm gonna like this century. Simple, easier to manage. We're not gonna have any difficulty explaining.
Oh boy.
What are you doing? Those aren't your clothes.
Well? You're a police officer.
He was saying you'll have no trouble explaining it.
My friend is obviously Chinese. I see you've noticed the ears. They're actually easy to explain.
Perhaps the unfortunate accident I had as a child.
The unfortunate accident he had as a
Yeah.
child. He caught his head in a mechanical rice picker.
All right.
All right.
Those bundles and put your hands on that wall there. Come on.
Oh, boy.
I also love that they have this plan, like, oh, let's steal these clothes, we'll dress up as civilians, and then just immediately caught. Like, doesn't that work?
Oh, how careless of your wife to let you go out that way.
What? Oh, yes, it's quite untidy here. Let me help you.
Ah! They all saw it.
There's like a Vulcan like grip you can do, and it like knocks the people out.
Uh-oh.
Run!
They just did that in front of everybody. They're like,
Can only Spock do that thing? Or is that just a space trick? Like, they all know it.
Is this like on the Hollywood backlot? Like, this entire town seems like just like totally fake.
They were filming another Depression-era movie at the time, so they just used that.
And we face the unpleasant facts.
But they still ended up being able to use the clothes anyway.
First, I believe we have about a week before McCoy arrives, but we can't be certain.
Lumberjack Kirk. What a Chad.
and business casual Spock.
Arrived where? Honolulu, Boise?
There could be some logic to the belief that time is fluid, like a river.
And the same currents that swept McCoy to a certain time and place might sweep us there too.
Yes, that is true, Captain. We have no hope. Locked in here is the exact place and moment of his arrival. Only I could tie this tricorder in with the ship's computers for just a few moments.
Couldn't you build some form of computer aid here?
Yeah, build a computer.
I sometimes expect too much of you.
Who's there?
Yeah, better cover your ears.
You better hope
Excuse
so.
us, miss. We didn't mean to trespass. It's cold outside.
A lie is a very poor way to say hello.
Mm.
It isn't that cold.
Oh,
No,
boy.
no, not the music. No, no.
He's done for.
We were being chased by a policeman.
Why?
These clothes. We stole them.
All right, he's just being honest with her.
I see sparks fly.
I could do with some help around here. Doing dishes, sweeping, general cleaning.
At what rate of payment? I need radio tubes and so forth, my hobby.
My hobby. We can't afford clothes, but I need to hobby.
15 cents an hour for 10 hours a day. What are your names?
Mine's Jim Kirk. His is Spock.
He thought of lying, but just couldn't think of one.
Yeah.
Well, you can start by cleaning up down
That's
here.
Joan Collins.
Excuse me,
playing
She
the
is
disc healer.
such a classic beauty. Like,
Where are we?
look at
You're
her.
the 21st Street Mission.
Do you run this place?
Indeed, I do, Mr. Kirk.
They look nice in their jeans.
You gotta listen to Goody Two-Shoes. If she really wanted to help out a fella in need.
Shut up. Shut up.
Good guy Kirk.
I'm not a do-gooder. If you're a bum, if you can't break off with a booze or whatever it is that makes you a bad risk, then get out.
All right, I'll see you later.
Now, I don't pretend to tell you how to find happiness and love when every day is just a struggle to survive. But I do insist that you do survive, because the days and the years ahead are worth living for. One day soon, man is going to be able to harness incredible energies, maybe even the atom. Energies that could ultimately hurl us to other worlds in some sort of spaceship. And the men that reach out into space will be able to find ways to feed the hungry millions of the world and to cure their diseases. They will be able to find a way to give each man hope and a common future. And those are the days worth living for.
Maybe she's from the future.
I find her most uncommon, Mr. Spock.
I think that's a compliment. I find you most uncommon.
That basement looks like it's been scrubbed and polished. Do you have a flop for the night?
What?
A flop is a place to sleep. There's a vacant room at the place where I live for $2 a week. If you want to, I'll take you there.
We have a flop.
We have a what, Captain?
A place to sleep.
One might have said so in the first place.
Spock's a literal guy, hey?
Captain, you're asking me to work with equipment which is hardly very far ahead of stone knives and bearskins.
Well,
McCoy will be along in a few days,
that's what we got.
perhaps sooner. There's no guarantee that these currents in time will bring us together. This has to work.
Captain.
If you can leave right away, I can get you 5 hours' work at 22 cents an hour. What on earth is that?
I am endeavoring, ma'am, to construct a mnemonic memory circuit using stone knives and bearskins.
Still continuing to just be honest.
Yeah, they can't lie.
They're from the future. You gotta get creative, guys.
Captain, tools for finely detailed work.
I see.
Oh, I'm gonna steal those two.
More thievery,
I guess
Spock.
names justify the names.
I like that. That could have been like 5 minutes worth of a scene, but they just like brushed over it. Like, yeah, he broke into it.
Because they don't, yeah. I mean, they have so much actually going on in the episode, they don't have to stretch it out.
Ooh, that's a nice
That
dress.
outfit.
That toolbox was locked with a combination lock. And you opened it like a real pro.
We come in peace.
I needed the fine tools for my radio work.
If Mr. Spock says that he needs the tools and that they'll be returned tomorrow morning, you can bet your reputation on that, Miss Keeler.
On one condition. Walk me home.
Ooh.
give me that. Questions about little old us, look? You know as well as I do how out of place you two are around here.
Interesting.
She's smart.
Where would you estimate we belong, Miss Keeler?
And you belong in another place.
Like the 23rd century.
I don't know where or how. I'll figure it out eventually. Captain. Even when he doesn't say it, he does.
Wow. I like how they're making her so smart. Like, she knew basically immediately something was going on.
Not much seems to get by her, huh?
They do gotta get their shit together soon, though. They don't have very long.
But also, when McCoy comes through, he's going to be crazy. How are they going to deal with that?
He's
Well,
like,
then.
I like her.
He likes her. Ooh. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, he likes her.
Why does Spock call you Captain?
Nice jacket.
Were you in the war together?
We served together.
We're going to get one of those, seriously.
And you don't want to talk about it? Are you afraid of something? Whatever it is, let me help.
He likes her.
100 years or so from now, I believe, a famous novelist will write a classic using that theme. He'll
Really being honest with her, Jesus.
recommend those 3 words even over I love you.
Let me help.
Where will he come from?
Silly question. Want to hear a silly answer? A planet circling that far left star in Orion's belt. See?
What's even more wild is a century from where they're at is like a few years from right now.
Oh, yeah.
A century from
Shit.
1930.
So Spock's also some kind of genius? Wait.
The way that the score was swelling over the background, and I was almost like, are we going to get a musical number right now?
I did feel like that, but did you see that news?
Yeah.
So he's getting glimpses into the future here?
Must be the future.
Yeah, but is going to be events when McCoy comes through in that timeline or the original timeline?
I may have found our focal point in time. I believe we'll have our answer on this screen, Captain. You may find this a bit distressing.
Do you think McCoy kills?
I've slowed down the recording we made from the time vortex.
February 23rd, 1936. 6 years from now.
FTR confers with... What?
President and Edith Keeler conferred for some time today.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, shit.
President and Edith Keeler.
It would seem unlikely, Jim. I read a 1930 newspaper article.
We know her future. Within 6 years from now, she'll become very important.
Or, Captain, Edith Keeler will die this year. I saw her obituary. Some sort of traffic accident.
Didn't it say murder?
You must be mistaken. They both can't be true.
No, 2 timelines.
Only one of them is.
Captain, Edith Keeler is the focal point in time we've been looking for. The point in time that both we and Dr. McCoy have been drawn to.
She has 2 possible futures then.
Which one's the right one?
And depending on whether she lives or dies, all of history will be changed.
Wow.
And McCoy
is the random element.
In his condition, what does he do? Does he kill her?
Or perhaps he prevents her from being killed.
What a puzzle.
We must find out before McCoy arrives.
Time travel is so stressful.
Suppose we discover that in order to set things straight again,
Edith Keeler must die.
There has to be another way.
They don't know which one's the right one to keep the timeline in order.
Kudos to Spock, though, for making anything work with those materials. Just shows how smart he
seriously,
is.
wow.